Hey nerds, Gleemax here, and today we're looking at possibly the most confusing ability in Magic the Gathering, banding. Before we begin, please leave a like if you liked the video, and a comment with what keyword you think I should do next. With that out of the way, let's find out, how does banding work? To start, banding first appeared in limited edition alpha on cards like Vanallish Hero and Mesa Pegasus, which use the wording of bands rather than banding as seen on later cards. From there it was printed in sets up until Weatherlight, after which point it was never printed on another black bordered Magic card. The last two cards to have the keyword were Unhinged Greater Morphling and Banding Sliver from the Tournament Mystery Boosters. The ability was meant to demonstrate the banding together of several small creatures to fight larger ones. As of the release date of this video, banding has the following reminder text. Banding. Any creatures with banding and up to one without can attack in a band. Bands are blocked as a group. If any creatures with banding you control are blocked or being blocked by a creature, you divide the creature's combat damage, not its controller, among any of the creatures it's being blocked by or is blocking. Alright, that wording is pretty confusing. Banding sorta does different things on attacking and blocking. To break it down, on attacks, we decide our Vanallish Hero, our Mesa Enchantress, and our Grizzly Bears will form a band. We can have Grizzly Bear in the band even though it does not have the banding ability because we are allowed to have at least one non-banding creature as part of the band. We attack with our three creatures. They are all separate permanents, but while in a band, they're treated as one attacking entity. As they're grouped up, they all must attack the same player or planeswalker. The defending player must make a choice. Either they block the entire band or they allow the entire band to be unblocked. Our opponent decides to block Mesa Pegasus with Stormcrow. As one part of the band was blocked, all other creatures in the band, our Vanallish Hero and our Grizzly Bears in this case, are blocked by the same creature, the Stormcrow. From here, combat damage is assigned. Our Mesa Pegasus assigns its 1 damage to Stormcrow, as does our Vanallish Hero, with Grizzly Bears assigning Stormcrow 2 damage. Normally, our opponent decides where the 1 point of damage from their Stormcrow would go, such as to the Mesa Pegasus to destroy it. However, banding allows the attacking player, us in this case, to assign the 1 point of damage to the Grizzly Bears instead. The Grizzly Bears would not die in this situation. This is the power of banding when attacking, allowing you to distribute your opponent's combat damage to achieve the best possible outcome. It works slightly different on the defense, however. Let's say our opponent is attacking us with their Crawworm, a big old 6/4 creature. We once again have Vanallish Hero, Mesa Pegasus, and Grizzly Bears on our side of the board. If we choose to simply multi-block the Crawworm, combat damage would work like this. On block, the Crawworm would assign its 6 points of damage amongst all 3 of our creatures. We would do the same, assigning all 4 points of damage to the Crawworm. Once we move to the damage step, all 4 creatures would die in this exchange, with Crawworm assigning 2 damage to the Grizzly Bears, 1 damage to Vanallish Hero, and the rest of the damage to Mesa Pegasus. However, because our 3 creatures can form a band, we get to assign the Crawworm's damage however we want. We could move all 6 points of the Crawworm's damage to Vanallish Hero, and completely avoid having our other 2 creatures die in the exchange, as our combat damage assignments do not change. So as you can see, banding is quite a powerful combat ability, allowing you to shape the outcome of combat. The ability is actually quite powerful. However, let's face it, banding is confusing. The reminder text, while thorough, is insufficient, as the ability starts to compound in ruling ambiguity and confusion once you add in effects such as First Strike, Death Touch, Flanking, or combat tricks. In fact, Mark Rosewater, the current head designer of Magic the Gathering, had an entire 30-minute episode of his Drive to Work podcast dedicated to explaining the ability. The episode is absolutely worth a listen to, but also serves to illustrate why banding can't return. For those interested, the episode will be linked down in the description. Unfortunately, banding is just too confusing. It relies on thorough knowledge of the intricacies of the combat steps, and is deceptively powerful in its ability to dictate how combat that works. Alright nerds, that's it for today. I hope I did a thorough enough job of explaining the banding mechanic. What do you think of banding? Have you ever played with or against it? Let me know about it down in the comments. And to those asking, I am slowly working on putting all my deck lists online for those curious about what commander decks I play. Once available, each deck list will be put in the video descriptions of the corresponding videos. I will let you know on Twitter once this is all complete. Thanks nerds.